rematch clause for when I destroyed Devin Haney? No chance.
Yes. Okay.
What's a rematch clause needed for his belt, his toy? That's definitely not needed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care about all that stuff. I'm focused on getting rid of this guy, getting rid of this kid, and after that, we move on to the next.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So what you just heard was the voice of undefeated, newly crowned, unified lightweight world champion, Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr., claiming that he did not want a rematch clause to face off against undefeated WBC lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney. 27 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'9", with a 72-inch arm reach. Okay, they are scheduled now to fight June 4th in the States, June 5th in Australia. It has been confirmed Devin Haney has signed his portion of the contract, and you see George Kambosos Jr., 20 wins, no loss, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout, 28 years of age, 5'9" with a 69-inch arm reach. He takes to social media and he says, "Good boy," to Devin Haney. Okay, in response to Devin Haney signing his contract, he says, "Good boy." Okay, and then the details of the contract has now been revealed that Devin Haney is going to have to now partner with DHP Promotions, Devin Haney Promotions, father, trainer, manager, CEO of DHP Promotions, Bill Haney, right? They have to do a deal and a partnership with ESPN, top-ranked, legendary promoter and CEO Bob Arum in a multi-fight deal. Not 2, but 3. So George Kambosos Jr., should they beat George Kambosos Jr. in Australia, they're going to have to rematch George Kambosos Jr. in Australia. But George Kambosos Jr., he just told you that he didn't want no rematch clause, right? Listen to what he had to say again.
I care about all that stuff. I'm focused on
match in your fight clause or not?
Rematch clause for when I destroyed Devin Haney? No chance.
Yes.
No chance.
What's a rematch clause needed for him?
What's a rematch clause needed for?
His belt, his toy. That's definitely.
So he just said there's no chance that he's going to rematch Devin Haney. He don't need a rematch clause. Did y'all hear what he said, or you need to hear it again?
Rematch clause for when I destroyed Devin Haney? No chance.
Yes. Okay.
What's a rematch clause needed for his belt?
What's a rematch clause needed for? Okay? And so now Devin Haney, in order to secure a fight with George Kambosos Jr., Devin Haney had to do a multi-fight deal, which is going to see Devin Haney fight George Kambosos Jr., okay, June 4th in the States, June 5th in Australia, okay? And then Devin Haney is going to have to go to Australia to rematch him, and Devin Haney wins that fight. Guess what? Because he's doing a partnership and because he had to do a deal with ESPN, Top Rank, and Bob Arum, well, guess what? George Kambosos Jr. is not a top-ranked ESPN and Bob Arum fighter, right? So how does Bob Arum, top-ranked ESPN, get compensated for their services? Well, Devin Haney now has to fight Olympic 2-time gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasily High-Tech Lomachenko on the back end. Okay, so now he's going to have to fight George Kambosos Jr. twice. This is because Lou DiBella, George Kambosos Jr. is a Lou DiBella fighter. He's not signed exclusively to Top Rank and Bob Arum. This is Top Rank, Bob Arum, and ESPN lending the platform to Devin Haney, who fights and partners with Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn and DAZN, right? And now Devin Haney and DHP have to partner with Bob Arum, ESPN, and Top Rank. And keep this in mind. Bob Arum, when Lomachenko was fighting, Luke Campbell, Olympic gold medalist, British superstar lightweight title contender for the vacant WBC title that was vacated by 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Mikey Garcia, when he fought Luke Campbell for that vacant belt, Luke Campbell is a Matchroom Eddie Hearn fighter. So Eddie Hearn was present. And so was Bill Haney, and so was Devin Haney. And they asked Bob Arum after this fight, are you going to give Devin Haney, who's becoming the mandatory for the WBC title, and he was initially supposed to fight Luke Campbell, but they gave that opportunity to Lomachenko, are you going to give Lomachenko Are you going to give Devin Haney the opportunity to fight Lomachenko should Lomachenko beat Luke Campbell? And guess what Bob Arum stated? He stated that absolutely not. Vasily Lomachenko is going to petition the World Boxing Council, better known as WBC President Mauricio Suleiman, and the board of 32 members to be franchised, not to fight Devin Haney. And Eddie Hearn and Bill Haney said, that's unfortunate. Devin Haney's working his way into a position and he deserves this opportunity. And guess what? Bob Arum replied with, you got it. Bob Arum stated, that's not his fault. Devin Haney never signed with Top Rank, letting you know that they wanted to sign Devin Haney. But since Devin Haney went his own route and being his own promotional entity, right, he was being penalized for doing so by Bob Arum and Top Rank. And so now that Lou DiBella has a relationship with Top Rank and Bob Arum, and he doesn't have a network exclusively he could put his fighters on. So he wants to get a network deal done with ESPN. And what better way should his fighter, because initially that's why they were trying to push for the fight with Lomachenko to begin with over Devin Haney, to get a network deal with ESPN and Bob Arum, because Lou DiBella is void of a network exclusively that he deals with. He once dealt with Steven Espinosa, Showtime and president and CEO, and then PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman, but he no longer works with them. So he doesn't have a network in which to place his fighters on. Okay, and so now Lou DiBella is seeking that deal. What better way than offer the unified belts back to Top Rank Bob Arum with their fighter Vasily Lomachenko to get an opportunity? That way he can win as well in on the back end, right? And so now that Devin Haney, Lomachenko decided he was going to stay in the Ukraine and keep 10 toes down on the soil and help defend his country. Okay, now they had to go the route of Devin Haney, because Bob Arum stated they wasn't going to put up big money for George Kambosos to fight a low-level opposition, so that only left Devin Haney. So now Bob Arum had the opportunity to secure the parameters around Devin Haney, okay? So Bob Arum is in a win-win situation. But as far as Lou DiBella goes, if George Kambosos Jr. beats Devin Haney, well, guess what? He gets the deal with Lomachenko at the back end. But guess what? You got to think about this. What does Top Rank and Bob Arum stand to gain if Vasily Lomachenko is on the outside? Because they're not going to put in a purse bid for, essentially, that's what they did, for Devin Haney, who's not their fighter, and George Kambosos Jr., who's not their fighter, and run the risk of Devin Haney beating George Kambosos Jr., who Lou DiBella has the relationship with Top Rank and Bob Arum, okay? So that means that Devin Haney will walk, and they would both lose out. So what better way to secure that when they're in cahoots, allegedly, with one another, so that way that they can now, okay, say together, well, I will give George Kambosos Jr. and Lou DiBella, we'll give you a deal if you could beat Devin Haney, but we're going to need you to somewhat freeze Devin Haney out in order for him to sign a deal with us as well. Because if he happens to beat George Kambosos Jr., then what do we stand to gain from giving you this deal, right? And losing the belts. So a 2-fight deal with George Kambosos Jr. is okay for Bob Arum. But again, how do they win on the end? They don't, right? They need to win by getting their fighter involved, which is Vasily Lomachenko. So now Lomachenko has nothing but time, okay? He got 3 fights. He could stay over in Ukraine now. He got so much time. He could, by the time he come back and have a tune-up fight to get ready for the fight that should have happened before, when he beat Luke Campbell in August, he should have fought Devin Haney at that point in time, but he didn't. He became franchised. So now on the back end, you're going to get Devin Haney having to fight George Kambosos twice, which George Kambosos stated that he didn't want a rematch clause, but now you're going to get him having to fight him twice. And then he's going to have to fight Vasily Lomachenko as well. Now, those are legacy fights for Devin Haney anyway. He always wanted the Lomachenko fight, but now he's being forced into that position to have to fight Vasily Lomachenko. So, another interesting twist is obviously undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, 26 wins, no loss, no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5", with a 67-inch arm reach. Well, it looks like he's going to be parting ways with his longtime promoter, Floyd Money Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions, and it looks like Gervonta Tank Davis is now in the mix for this fight, because he's let it be known that this is the fight he wants to fight, the winner of this fight. So he's been waiting also for a fight between himself and Vasily Lomachenko. So we got to see how that plays out, since Gervonta Tank Davis is the WBA regular champion and WBA is ordering that fight. But it's been confirmed June 4th in the States, June 5th in Australia, Devin Haney versus George Kambosos Jr. for official undisputed. Devin Haney wins both fights, going to have to fight Vasily Lomachenko on the back end. Exclusive 3-fight deal with ESPN, Top Rank, and Bob Arum. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But kudos, I want to give enough credit to Bill Haney, father, trainer, manager, and CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, for getting this deal done. You're going to see a lot of people get a lot of credit for it, but Bill Haney needs to get a lot of credit, and Devin Haney needs to get a lot of credit for conforming to what they wanted and conceding to what they wanted, and getting this deal done for his legacy. And it's not the money that he's normally used to earning, but he's going to get a legacy fight, and he's still going to get paid on the back end. So let's see how everything unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, and get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Oh, it is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down.